When I'm juggling, I feel like I have a superpower. To me, it's just an amazing feeling to keep lots of things in the air and to keep these big patterns going.
Sam Malcolm is a combat juggler. The object of the sport is to keep all 3 pins in the air while preventing your opponent from doing likewise. Light bumping and arm-to-arm altercations are permitted. The last juggler standing wins.
I got into combat juggling at about 3 a.m. at a juggling convention, playing around with some friends, just trying to see who could be the last one standing. We've all been to circuses, we've all seen variety acts, but this is something that makes it more of a sport. If you're playing football, you have to put in the work to get good at football. Juggling is no different. You have to put in hours and hours and hours of practice. You're not only accounting for the 3 objects that you're juggling, you have to anticipate that there could be something flying at your head from 50 feet in the air, because it's so wild and crazy, there's so many other people playing. I warm up for combat juggling. I jump rope for about 10 minutes. I work on balancing things on my head and on my face. There's a lot of wild throws, there's a lot of wild saves, there's a lot of jumping around and falling and running on the ground, and I try to go through all of those things to get ready. You see incredible plays by people like Steph Curry or LeBron James. I can look at those people and tell you like they'd be great jugglers because I have that awareness over their body. It's something new and exciting and fresh. It's something fun. It's something different. So I'm optimistic that it'll grow and become something really great.
Usually people are really confused when I tell them what I do. I tell them like, yeah, I own a fingerboard company. Like those tech decks you used to get in store? Like, yeah, but professional. Skateboarding makes me feel awesome. It doesn't get boring. It's always a challenge. There's no rules. Fingerboarding and skateboarding both have that. I started fingerboarding in 4th grade. I had a lot of fun playing with the tech decks, and then I wanted to kind of improve them. A lot of times the screws would come out, so I'd glue them in and just start modifying things like that. And I just realized I could make them better and better. A lot of kids wanted to buy them, so I kind of put a name on it, and it grew into this huge business over time. There's hundreds of thousands of people out there that are into this. We are at the Flatface Rendezvous location in Dracut, Massachusetts, and it's pretty much a big building filled with fingerboard parks, and I do huge events here where kids fly in from all over the place to come and fingerboard together. When you go into a contest, it's crazy because there's stadium seating and there's everyone looking at you and lighting and cameras. My first few contests, I got crazy adrenaline rush. Like, you don't even remember the thing after you do your run. I don't do any warm-ups or exercises with my hands for fingerboarding. Apparently some people do calisthenics. The rules are pretty much you want to use 2 fingers. You'll have maybe 30 seconds or a minute or so, and you just do a run, and there will be a whole bunch of judges. They'll judge you on consistency, style, the tricks you do. It's like really high pressure. You can't even really put it into words. It's a crazy kind of feeling and atmosphere when so many people get together from all over the world, all over the country, and some of them, it's like a really, really big deal to them. Like, that's the only thing they wanted to do all year. It just makes me super happy because I can barely believe that I'm the reason they're there, like because of something that I set up and that I'm doing.
In many parts of the world, Scrabble is viewed as a pastime, as a game where maybe old people play after retirement and all that. But Scrabble in Nigeria is actually very big. It is seen as a sport. There is an actual Nigerian Scrabble Federation under the Ministry of Sports. They have a lot of young people hoping to earn an actual living from playing Scrabble. My name is Wellington Jigere, and I'm the World Scrabble Champion. I started playing Scrabble in 1996 when my immediate elder brother taught me the game. It wasn't until 6 years after that I was playing with some of my neighborhood friends, and they were like, you are quite good. Why not play in tournaments? And I was like, wow, you mean they play this in tournaments? And the rest is history, as they say. Having an African win the World Scrabble Championship is bigger than I can actually comprehend. You needed to have been in the hall to see the jubilation of our other African brothers. It was something that everyone in Africa that plays Scrabble has actually looked forward to. Nigeria is a very, very diverse nation. We have well over 500 developed languages, but the major means of communication all over Nigeria is English. And since Scrabble is based upon the English vocabulary, it's going to be a way of helping each and everyone improve their command of the English language. So what do you think we should play from here? If I hadn't played Scrabble, I might have been involved in some other not so legitimate activities, and I think playing Scrabble, it keeps you on the right track. Okay, go. We are not blind to the fact that the level of unemployment in the country is very, very immense. So I came up with the Wellington Foundation for Scrabble and Mind Development in Africa. There's a lot of similarities between how life actually goes and how Scrabble goes. You get to understand that it's not all the time that you get things your way. You really have to make the best out of the little that you are given. You know, each country is known for a particular sport. Brazil, for example, is known for football. We are hoping to make Scrabble a Nigerian sport, whereby if you mention Scrabble in any part of the world, Nigeria should come to mind.
Take a pagan festival, chariots pulled by bikes, and a tiny Welsh town, and you get whatever this is. This story takes place in the Welsh countryside, in the town of Llanwrtyd?
Llanwrtyd Wells. We are the smallest town in the UK.
And this is Lindsay Ketteringham. He runs the local hotel in town.
It's called the Nyeth Arms Hotel. The town today is a small farming community primarily. Everybody knows everybody else. Day-to-day life is generally pretty quiet around here.
Except on event day.
The Mountain Bike Chariot Racing Championship is an event that was conceived to be part of a Roman festival that we hold each January. The rules of the race are to get round in the fastest time possible. The course starts off on a short tarmac stretch, then becomes a rough stony road with puddles and bumps, and eventually comes back to the finish along a tarmac stretch which has speed bumps. It's not a simple task. We do encourage people to dress up as the Romans did. As you can see, people enter into the spirit of it, which is what it's all about.
Okay, but Ben-Hur style bike racing isn't everything that this tiny town does.
We do the events such as man versus horse, bog snorkeling.
And it all started back in the 70s.
Llanwrtyd Wells was the centre of the pony trekking industry in Britain. And in the 1970s, unfortunately, the industry went into serious decline. At that point, the local business people started looking for ideas to boost the economy and came up with the idea of running events, things that were slightly different. and unusual. It's great to see the success of the events, see people enjoying themselves, and it's great to be able to share what this part of the countryside has to offer. The aim is to maintain the great community that we have here, even to help it grow, but not too much. We don't want to lose our smallest town status.
Hey, I hear you, Lindsay.
How many people have the opportunity to be a world champion at anything? We have the opportunity to do something that no one else does. This isn't played anywhere else in the world. So yeah, like it's serious, like we want to win.
We're here to watch Unicycle Football. It's football on unicycles.
We stick to NFL rules as closely as possible. Except there are a few exceptions because we're riding a unicycle.
We play 5-on-5, 2 receivers, a blocker, a center, and a quarterback. Everything has to be done on a wheel. The second your foot touches the ground, you're done.
Each team plays 14 games. There's 56 regular season games total, then wild card playoffs, then playoffs, and then the Super Bowl.
Every Sunday, some people have been doing this for 10 years now. My team, the Blackouts, we're undefeated, and we're going to be playing the reigning champs, the Herons.
Bulldoze them over. Bulldoze them.
This game is very important because we want to maintain our undefeated status leading up to the Super Bowl.
They're definitely gunning for us. They're practicing just for us. I think that a lot of times people come to this game, what shocks them is the level of play. We're crashing at 15 miles an hour. It's not a joke. Some people get seriously injured.
Most people learn to ride unicycle because they came and witnessed this event and they're like, I've got to do this.
Once you catch that first ball, once you get that first rush, once you hear the crowd scream your name once, that's a feeling you can't get anywhere else.
That's almost like a religion church to us here. There's passion, you know? It's a show, it's a spectacle, it's also a sport. I've cherished every minute of it. You can't replace it with anything. There's nothing else like it at all.